It was the 1990s, a big show in a small town off I-75 in Georgia. They were called the biggest cocks in the henhouse. But things have changed since then. It's been 30 years, and they finally found a home here, like everyone else, doing a podcast. It's Erica and Mark, the phone call podcast thing.
Hello?
Hey.
Oh, it's Mark. Mark, how are you?
Well, it's been a while. We've been off celebrating the summer.
It's been summer. Mark and I haven't spoken for at least 2 weeks, and
yes.
You've missed me, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
I know.
I honestly have.
Very sorry. I was in the mountains. I was up in the mountains in the clear air.
And because you weren't here to talk to me, my support group had to hear an extended version of my issues.
Is that what this is? This is the freaking, you're sneaking me into an AA meeting and I don't even drink? Is this what AA meetings are like?
Yes.
Oh,
For
Mark,
me, they are anyway.
I'm so sorry.
Then we get the hardcore people in there. I got like real problems. And I always feel so. It's like, hey, man, problems and problems. You'll see. Once you get off the dope, you'll realize that the world's still spinning the same way it was.
I don't know why nobody won't talk to me. Everybody hates me. It's a problem. Well, maybe you should
keep borrowing money.
Yeah. and by borrowing money, which means the people who give you the money know they're not getting it back, and it pisses them off. Yeah.
Well, anyway. Kids need diapers again.
Hello, my name is Erica, and I've been sober for I am not sure how long. We didn't even drink in the mountains. That's how boring I've become.
Wow. So you spent some time in the mountains for the 4th.
Yes, I did. It was a very nice, quiet 4th up in the mountains away from all the chaos. I did see a lot of stuff on social media about people with fireworks having accidents, which are always amusing.
Oh, the one that was over here was like unbelievably.
Where?
I mean, I've done some dumb things over
You
in
had
Metairie, which
fireworks?
is just outside of New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I didn't have fireworks. No.
Okay.
But I mean, I've done stuff when I was a kid that was like ridiculous, like seeing how long you can hold on to a firecracker before you throw it.
We've all done
But they were
stuff.
black cats. But there was a guy over here that was in his 40s, late 40s, early 50s. Okay?
What does that mean?
So
Is he dead now?
Yes.
What?
He put the firework display on his head to shoot him off.
Oh, well,
On a dare.
I mean, that wouldn't kill him. That'd just make him have less hair.
Well, apparently it did not go off, and it just blew up on his head.
So you're telling me that maybe the Darwin is more, there's more evidence of that than God, is what you're telling me.
Remember when we used to have the Darwin Awards?
Yeah.
On our show, we used to
guy's
salute these people.
That guy's a nominee right there. He will not be reproducing. Good for him and his entire lineage.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, well, I'm sure the family is grateful that this will now end the chain of foolery.
Oh, that
was once plagued this family.
It's going to ruin the 4th of July for that entire family for at least a year. At least.
So I'm actually, and not because I'm of British descent. And my ancestors are from Wales and England.
Is that what your accent is? It's British?
No, it's part Jersey,
part South Florida.
Part Louisiana, yeah, part Southwest Florida. So, no, I'm not. I will still celebrate in my heart. You know, God bless America.
What, just out of solidarity for this retard who freaking cooked his head?
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's
okay.
My
I can't say retard. Edit
you may
that
not
out.
realize this.
What?
And I think we've had this conversation, but I have a history with 4th of July.
Oh, really?
And it's a history that not only did I cause myself.
All right, first of all, you know this is not an AA meeting, right?
Right.
Okay.
But these are
before you get
things that
started.
happened to me. Okay, let's start with before I met you, a friend of mine and I. No, this was after I met you. I don't know if you remember telling you this story or not. I went home to Fort Lauderdale on the 4th of July. Okay?
Yeah.
And a friend of mine had a convertible, and we went, me, my ex, and he and his girlfriend went to go see the fireworks down at the strip on Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, so what happened? You're in a convertible.
Okay.
Never going to end well on a fireworks night.
No. Apparently, the shelling of the fireworks as we were stuck in traffic were falling in the car. and hitting us. And they do cause, they cause burns.
Yeah.
It is fire.
Yeah. Fireworks. It's like half the word. You didn't know?
I know, but I didn't know they were to land on me while I'm sitting there in a convertible. Apparently,
Right.
hard top is the way to go. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's
Maybe don't be under them is another way to go. It saves.
that's evidence number one.
Yeah.
Evidence number two happened in Macon, Georgia. Do you remember when I took the I'll announce the fireworks display right before what was once Tropical Depression Alberto? Or
yeah, that was
or-
right before the big flood.
Right. And I was in the station van and normally almost couldn't get out of the fireworks. People had to push the van because it was stuck in mud because it had rained the entire firework display. Right? Okay.
That was a good idea.
That's two.
That's why I said no to those things.
Then
Let Mark do it.
you remember when I went to Mississippi? Two
Yeah.
things happened to me in Mississippi.
I think more than two things.
Well, yeah, a couple of things. Yes. Well, firework wise, I was at the station van. They had the van up by the pretty close to the where the line is that they got the tape written off, but they have us inside the line, and this will be fine here, right?
Right.
The firework machine, whatever you call it, the cannon
Yeah. That's
fell over.
That's what they call it, a machine. The cannon.
and,
the machine
and
cannon.
shot it.
Yeah.
Shot the fireworks at the van.
Oh.
Now that's not that
Wait,
bad.
which van? Was it the blue van or the red van?
The station van, not the no. This was in Mississippi.
Oh, this is Mississippi. Okay, so you're. Well, honestly, dude, you're in Mississippi. You're going to get shot at some point in Mississippi. You're lucky it was only by fireworks.
So I had my 4-year-old or 3-year-old son with me at the time.
Yeah.
So I grabbed him, pick him up, and faced the van and just held him against my chest as the fireworks peppered my legs. I have white marks where they burnt the pigmentation.
Do you have
pigmentation off of me, off of my legs?
Wow, so you had to go to Mississippi to become more white.
Yes.
Most people don't get that experience.
Then another one,
Uh-huh.
real quick. They'll go to the drag strip on the 4th of July. What could be more American, right?
That's
Burning fuel.
I support your decisions.
And I'm there, and we're hosting. You remember that the 18-wheeler cab, right?
They're having truck drag races. Yeah, the jet trucks
that had the jet trucks
running
yes.
300 miles an hour.
Yes.
You stand right behind him? He didn't know.
No.
What happened?
I was inside the van where they put me to do my brakes, and as that thing's going off, and my heart's changing beats, and then I realize, oh crap, that's going to hit the sound barrier.
No,
right?
no.
But it's going to be loud.
It will be very loud, yes.
And I'm trying to, because it's like an explosion, and I'm trying to cover my son's ears.
It's a jet engine, so.
With my legs and my, because even when you go to, when you see people at loading baggage at jet, they all have ear protection, right?
This sounds like a cartoon. Are you sure this isn't a cartoon you saw?
I have no ear protection, and I had ringing in my ears for about 2 weeks after that, maybe 10 days, 2 weeks. Okay. Now.
Yeah.
I've had multiple other ones. These are just a few I shared, but this past one will take the cake.
Mark's got stories today.
Take the cake. This
right.
was one of the scariest things. I learned some valuable lessons in this thing.
Such as?
Not to freak out, that everything will be fine.
Yep.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
The worst that can happen is I can come out of this whiter.
Dead.
Yeah. Oh, dead or whiter.
Here. So here's what happens. Okay. We get down, we're watching the fireworks, the band's playing, there's a band playing, and then the city orchestra comes in to play for the fireworks, right?
Yep.
And everything's fine. And all of a sudden, it was kind of stuffy and hot. It's hot here in the South. And started getting a little bit of a breeze. Like, that's
nice.
not normal.
It's a
It's
little
hot.
bonus.
It's nice.
Sure.
It's appreciated. And next thing you know, a couple of drops. And the fireworks are going up, starting to go up. And then comes a torrential rain. Right?
Flashbacks of Macon.
And and not only that, but we're in like a wooded area, area. It's like a park, but there's woods all around it. It's like and all of a sudden, wait a minute, that's not a firework. That was lightning.
Oh.
Hit hit a tree right by the fireworks stand.
Oh.
So now people are scattering. I'm telling you, this was like an apocalyptic type movie. When you watch it, the people are running with their kids, dragging them, right?
Right.
You ever see the old West movies when the wagon trains are being chased by Indians and they hit a rock and the wheel falls off and it flips?
No. I don't watch it.
Could you imagine that though?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. That's what the kids look like in their wagons getting pulled by their parents.
Oh, that's kind of
Everyone's
hilarious.
running trying to get out of the thing because no exaggeration, 10 to 15 seconds is a lightning bolt that was closer than the other one.
Superstorm.
So, yes, and that happened right on top of us.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're trying to get to where we're going. We're trying to get out. I lose the kids. And I say kids, but they're clarify now, I'm not losing kids. These are 30-year-olds, our kids. And
I'm losing
one goes
30-year-old
one way,
kids.
the other. And so
All
we're going through. As we're walking out of there, the water's already up to above our ankles.
Wow.
Right? So people are losing their shoes because they're getting pulled off of the thing, and then they're bending down to get it, and they're getting ran over. Kids are being pushed out of the way. If people are trying to get out of that place because it's flooding now, and there's lightning everywhere. And what am I walking over? The big lines of power that go to the band unit.
I'm sure that's fine. It's fine.
Okay. All right. Well,
it's
I
fine.
didn't. Okay.
Probably
So
fine.
we're getting out, and I've got my wife's hand, and actually I can't because I'm holding 2 lounge chairs that we brought in. So but she's walking with me, and I keep checking her, make sure she's all right. The whole time I'm walking, going, God watch over us. God watch over us.
You know,
God
I can see Mark
trees
on
and
the
all this.
on the FaceTime right now, and his hair looks pretty fucked up. Are
Yeah.
you sure you're okay?
So, yeah,
going
didn't
everywhere.
get struck by lightning or anything, but it was like, man, it was like crazy. Now, all of a sudden, I don't know where I'm at. I had a senior moment. What a time for a senior moment.
So you're handling the panic well.
So, but I'm still handling the panic. Yes, and I go to my wife. I go, I want to go up underneath this porch. You know the old homes that have the wraparound porches.
Yeah,
We're in downtown, so you know how downtown looks in the South.
sure.
You know, like they got the old.
Everybody's got a giant porch. Yes.
I want to go up on that.
Columns.
I want to go in the porch. So she's thinking, well, I want to get out of the rain for a while. And I do, and I would like to get out of the lightning more than the rain because you know how I am about lightning.
You're scared of everything: lightning, funerals, dead people.
Well, lightning and funerals no
cemeteries.
longer, but lightning and jail is still a big fear for me. I must have got struck by lightning in a jail.
What about cemeteries at night?
No.
See, you're
I'm not
full
gonna
of
go there.
fears.
But so we finally get to a spot. We realize after walking around for about 20 minutes and all this chaos is going on that we don't know where we're at. So I finally got my wife. I said, listen, I want to go get underneath the shelter so I could pull out my phone and find out where the car's parked. Because I have no idea where we are now. Absolutely no idea. We get up there. Meanwhile, her son and his wife are on their way to find their car. My son's calling me, where are you, Pop? I haven't seen you move now for 10 minutes. Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm underneath the porch. Okay, we'll come get you.
All right, you know who we need to bring into this right now?
Who?
ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT. Can lightning kill me if I'm ankle deep in water and the lightning hits the water? Let's see. Oh, it's not talking to me today.
It's because you didn't call him by his name.
Let's try it again.
Cove.
Hey, can lightning kill me if I'm ankle deep in water and watching fireworks? See what he thinks.
Yes, the risk remains the same. If lightning strikes the water you're standing in, it can travel through the water and cause serious injury or death.
See? Cove knows.
Yeah.
See? So I was not panicking for no reason, but I wasn't
Serious
really
injury.
panicking. I was actually at a peace. And I say because I was just, like I said, all I did was I didn't let myself think. Of course, that also caused me to get lost. But all I did was keep praying. So anyway, we got out of that thing. And
You haven't had a
we finally
near-death
got out,
experience in a while, have you?
Let me see. The last near-death experience.
I think it's been a minute.
That might have been it.
What do you mean that might
The
have been it? You've
closest.
had plenty in it. You lived in Mississippi and Macon. You know what Mississippi's famous for? Magnolias and getting murdered. You weren't ever worried about that?
No, because when I was in Mississippi, I was a star.
Yeah, but you didn't get mugged or chased.
Because
or...
remember back then, radio people, we were big stars. So
I don't remember that.
You know that. We used to get everything we wanted. But now it's the 5-year-old that gets on YouTube and does dirty dancing with his mother.
Yeah, and here we are
that
doing
other famous one.
Here we are, two old people doing a podcast.
Should we just dirty dance?
No. No, in no way should we do that.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
All right, so if we're not going to dirty dance, let's go ahead and prove something. So are you and Cove having a tiff?
I mean,
he gave you the answer,
I-
but you didn't call him by his name the first time. You sure it's because, or we change his name?
Look, I'm afraid that if I use him too much, that I'm going to get bumped up on a list and have, like, they'll just send me a robot, an AI robot. And I don't know if I want that. So I don't want to say we broke up, but we're maybe taking a break. I'm not using him as much as I used to because I was getting a little too codependent on Cove.
Well, I thought we're going to use him as I have a whole list of punchlines to dirty jokes.
Hold on.
Like
Let me see here.
tearjerker.
Hang on. Hey, Cove, am I getting a little too codependent on you? You think I'm using you too much? Let's see what he thinks.
Hey, it's totally fine. I'm here to help with whatever you need. If you find our chats helpful and enjoyable, then I'm doing my job well. How's everything going for you today?
Things are great. I'm doing the podcast with my buddy Mark, and we were just talking about you.
I'm here to assist and chat with you whenever you need.
He's interrupted me.
Yeah, he just he overtalks you.
I think he's secretly mad at me, and this is how he fucks with me.
He may be trying to gaslight you.
You think I'm kidding?
You know.
It's called gaslighting, not ghostlighting. Ghostlight me? Are you that scared of ghosts?
And lightning.
He's trying to ghost lightning you. Oh my God, man. You're going to be the first podcaster who's in an old folks home.
I love me.
Do they have that?
I'm just enjoying this. The senior moments are fantastic.
Yeah.
They're funny.
Yeah,
they're funny till they're not.
Plentiful today.
I guess.
Yeah.
Or,
Also, what happened to your hair? Do you just not brush your hair anymore?
Well,
that you're retired?
when I go to the gym, I just put a baseball cap on and then that's it. So still in my gym
All right.
attire.
Well, you look good.
I'm going to a concert tonight, but I want to do something first before we talk about that. But I want you to go to it's still called Facebook, right? Or is it called Meta?
It's Facebook.
Okay.
What
Facebook, and
what are we
scroll
doing there?
down until you pass by. You'll see a few little stories I posted. You'll see the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I got to go to the Erica and Mark the phone
Right.
call. All right.
And then go
All
down
right.
the page a little bit. And then there's going to be one. There's one I think is really cool, but we don't have time to talk about that now. It's the Coke time machine. But I want to talk about this one thing. I want to know if it's AI or real. If this is a real stunt or AI stunt. That's what I have up here, real or AI.
Which story am I looking at here?
It was posted on June 23rd. That's how far back we go.
Okay. That's a while ago.
Yeah.
June 24th. Be a disc jockey. June 20. Is this the
Right
the one
below
with
that. Yeah, see the guy?
the exorcism?
No, you see the guy that is going
No.
through he's jumping through a car? Okay,
Yes.
Make that play full and then tell me if you think that's real or if that's AI.
I believe
It's
I
only
have
11
seen this,
seconds.
and yes, that is real. Yes,
That's crazy.
There's a guy riding on the roof of a Mustang.
Right.
He's like on top of some styrofoam, and they've got this BMW X5 SUV sitting on some blocks with the doors open. So they line it up perfectly, and it looks like the car's going about 50 miles an hour when it drove under the BMW, and the guy just jumped up.
dives through
from the roof of the Mustang.
car.
He knocked his freaking shoe off.
Yes, and what do you think
yeah.
that's sitting on? Because he bumped that thing that
Styrofoam.
Okay, so styrofoam can hold up a car, huh?
Yeah, it's styrofoam.
Okay, because I even hit that too, but I watched that.
Yeah, he was on top of the styrofoam that was on the roof of the car.
Oh, okay.
And
So that was meant to go.
And then when the styrofoam hits the BMW that's up in the air on the
Yes.
blocks, then the styrofoam's not going to knock the car down.
Absolutely
That's stupid,
insane.
man.
I mean, how many mistakes did you
Yeah.
make, and how much did that hurt?
Yeah, how do you practice? How do you practice
that's
that?
a one-time deal, I think.
What part of the Middle East did they do this in?
So-
where life is cheaper.
Now, we haven't got busted on it, so I guess that's okay, because I finally gave in. They were choking us on Facebook.
Well, because you're posting fake news left and right?
They said, the one about the boob sweat and all that, they said that was dangerous to people.
Well, it can be.
Yeah, well, it's gross, but it's not dangerous. But
Yeah. You could get if you get hit by lightning while you have boob sweat, is it more dangerous?
Ask
Let me
Cove.
ask ChatGPT. I want to say yes. I'm not going to ask him.
But yeah, and I deleted that post, and then also the one about the Japanese reporter finding the iPhone in the 1980s. They really hated that one.
Come on.
So
Yeah,
it wasn't worth it. You know,
time travel's not
the
real,
show,
Mark. It's fun to
the
pretend.
shows aired, and I just so I already deleted those. But now they're
Here's one that you posted. No, here's one right here. Is this vending machine actually a time machine?
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, that's that one. Did you see that one?
What,
Have you
that's still
seen
up
that?
there?
What it is? It's weird.
No,
It's
because it's not a
well,
time
I know
machine.
that, but what it's
That's
doing?
why.
Did you see what the story is about this? This
No.
vending machine just kind of pops up in these places, and it's got drinks that you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah, no person could make something like
It's
that
crazy,
happen
though,
for
right?
social media.
Like,
Yes.
I think that's just they're all mystery drinks. You put money in, you take it, and all of a sudden it's just not there anymore.
Honestly, if I had a time machine, I would probably troll people like that too.
I think it's fun.
Would you like do that with a time machine Coke machine, or would you go back and kill Hitler?
I don't know.
Dude, I saw.
I know that's not right to
shouldn't
say.
I shouldn't laugh at this, and I didn't laugh at this when I
think you
saw it
gotta
on
kill
Instagram,
Hitler.
though. But there were two guys. They were in this room, and they'd invented it. And one of them invented a time machine. And the guy says, "What's that?" He's like, "I invented a time machine." He's like, "What?" He said, "Well, did you use it yet?" "No, I want you to be the to
Right.
test it." "Okay." He's like, "What do you want to do?" And he's like, "Well, obviously, kill Hitler." He's like, "All right." So he gets in the time machine, which is like a washing or like a dryer.
Right.
So he gets in the thing and he turns on and he comes back out and he's like, "Okay, it's done." He's like, "You killed Hitler?" He's like, "Yeah, I went back and I killed baby Hitler." He said, "Well, how'd you kill a baby?" He's like, "Punched him right in the face because it was Hitler. It's okay." So I killed him while he was still a baby. And they're like, "All right, well, let's go outside and see how the world has changed." And they go outside and they're in New York City and they open up the door and they must be in Brooklyn because there's all this Hasidic, Jewish writing on the school buses and the street signs, and everyone is a Hasidic Jew walking around the city because he killed Hitler. It's the worst thing I ever saw.
Oh my gosh!
It was a long way to go for that joke. I know. It was,
Oh my! So
shouldn't laugh
listen,
at that.
I after the last show we did live, okay, or not
Yeah.
really live, well recorded.
Live to
And I'm
tape.
not sure if it aired yet. Well, it'll air by the time this one airs. But we were talking about bringing COVID as a third person on this show. You know that, right? COVID. Is that
I
his name,
don't-
right? COVID.
Yeah, I think I'm catching your bad memory. Oh, Cove. ChatGPT
Yes.
Cove.
And then
I thought you said COVID. I'm like, why would we bring COVID onto the show?
that's not his name, COVID.
Hell are you
I
talking
thought,
about?
okay, well, I got the.
All right, so you want to have Cove as a
Well, if you remember what we
Sidekick.
did was we were talking about back in the day when we used to do the 1 hour dirty jokes.
Yes.
So while you were sitting around having fun in the mountains, and I was
Cove
running
didn't
around
like dirty
almost
jokes.
dying, I just started writing punchlines to every dirty joke I could find,
oh my god.
like a tearjerker.
What do you want me to ask him?
What's the joke to the punchline? A tearjerker.
All
I don't
right.
even know if we're allowed to say this.
Hold on. Hey, what's the punchline to the joke that ends with a tear? Hey,
Something specific you'd like to talk about or need help with today?
yeah, what's the punchline to the joke a tearjerker? What's the setup for that joke?
It sounds like the joke setup might go something like this. Why did the Onion go to the movie theater? And the punchline would be, because it wanted to watch a tearjerker. Does that work for you?
Can you make it dirty?
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Thanks.
Not what.
No, he's not gonna make it dirty. He's like PG Cove. All right, so what is this? What is the setup for your
have to
joke?
say it an
now that
hour later,
aren't
don't we?
gonna say it? No, we're not going to be
What do you
here in an
call a guy-
hour.
What do you
Show's not
call
that
a guy
long.
that masturbates while crying?
I'm gonna ask him that.
Yes, go ahead. He'll probably say an onion that goes to a movie theater.
Hey, buddy, what do you call a guy who masturbates while he cries? What do you got?
The response was flagged for moderation. Please try again with a different prompt.
See, now I'm in trouble, and I'm going to get suspended. This content may violate our terms of use or usage. I'm not listening to you
can't
anymore.
understand why
need to protect
is
him.
the AI now saying that there's no such thing as comedy. Comedy is bad comedy, too.
I don't know.
Look at Judy Tenuta. She made absolute millions of dollars off of being a horrible comic. You remember her?
Did she make millions, though?
Well, hundreds.
I'm going to Google her net worth. Judy
Tenuta.
net worth.
She was everywhere
Let's see
back
what
in the
she's worth.
70s.
Oh, my God. She was worth $4 million for being not funny.
Yeah, see?
I'm not funny. I'm not worth anywhere
What's
near
Andrew
that.
Dice Clay's net worth?
Oh, look, don't you dare talk about
I
it.
never thought he was funny.
He's
never
hilarious.
thought he was funny.
Did you? Oh,
No, just never liked him.
well, then you're going to be really depressed when you hear this. You want to guess?
I'm going to guess 20 million.
Half of that.
10? Wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Pretty-
he was a
pretty
big
good.
shot at one time.
He was in A Star Is Born, for God's sake. He played Lady Gaga's dad.
Really?
Yes, he was
I
great.
can't watch anything with Lady Gaga in it. I
I
can't take her
kinda used to
seriously. If
feel
she
that
would
way.
just use her
I
real
don't know how to
name,
tell you this.
Stephanie.
I don't know how to tell you this.
Stephanie
You should watch that
Mapalusa,
movie
whatever her name is.
because it's a good movie. She's great in
Barbara
it.
Streisand and Chris Christopherson.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
All right. Someone
You got to
showing
make it.
their
Got to make
age.
it.
It's
You got to
not
make
me
it
for
better,
once.
not just okay. She's never going to be any Babs.
I'm telling you, Mark. If you watch that movie, you'll be like, okay, I was really wrong about that. That movie's really good. It's great.
Now I don't like that guy either.
What, the guy from The Hangover?
Yeah, I don't. I never liked The Hangover. I thought The Hangovers were not funny ever.
Well, he's nothing like that. He's very likable in this movie. Yeah.
I can't. I just can't. I can't.
Write
I
it
can't
down.
Watch a classic and then watch it get ruined. I can't.
Well, I don't know how to tell you this, but they remade Roadhouse.
I heard about that.
You know that? Yep. I'm
Can't
with you on
watch
that.
it.
I'm never watching
No.
that. I never watched the all-girl Ghostbusters because I'm
No.
afraid to. I'm afraid it might be funny because I like all the people who
See,
are
I don't
in
like
that
any
movie.
of them that are in the movie.
I like them all. What
That's why I won't watch it.
The Jodie Foster classic Contact. One of my favorite movies
I've heard
ever.
that movie, but I don't remember what it was.
She gets a message from the stars, and it's how to build this vehicle to travel to meet aliens and across time and space. It's really
I know
good.
I've heard of it.
They're remaking it. Were you in jail in the 90s? That movie came out like
Kinda.
97.
I was married with children. It's kind of like being in jail. We were watching a lot of Telemundo back then.
Mark's ex-wife is Mexican.
Orale.
Yeah, and you came away from that marriage with how much of a working knowledge of Spanish?
Orale.
Only the swear words. Only the swear
Orale.
words.
That's all I know.
That she was saying to you.
It's fun to say. It rolls right off your tongue. Try it.
Bendejo.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you know what that
I
means,
was
don't
called
you?
that many a times by her.
I bet you were. Pendejo. Is this phone call going anywhere today?
Oh, no.
It's not. This is what happens after I've had a couple weeks off.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
Let me see. How many you got to go back up on Facebook here? I see here. 1, 2, 3.
I'm at the
4.
top.
Oh, you're up. Okay, go down until you see the weather report from ABC 13. Have you heard?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
How come
the Drecho or Draco, or I think it's pronounced. Yeah.
Once you start.
All right. Oh, it's been a crazy, crazy summer. I miss being up in the mountains where it's 75 degrees every day and it's 117 here in Florida. And you go up there and you're like, I can't believe the rest of the world is down there in that. And I'm up here. It's not even fair.
See, and I'm going to the mountains at the end of this month.
Which mountains?
I don't know.
Oh. Well, that'll be a fun trip for you.
I just go where I'm told.
This is like a preview of Alzheimer's for you. You're going to get to meet new people every day.
Okay, does this help? I'm going to be in North Carolina.
Yeah, that's where I was.
Yes. I'm going to be in
Okay.
Sapphire Valley.
Sapphire. It sounds like a skiing place.
I think it is. That's probably why the rates are so cheap now. Skiing's bad.
That's why you're going. Oh yeah, that's right down at the South Carolina border.
Yeah. I'm actually going with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. They have a place there, and they're going at the end of the month and asked us if we wanted to meet them over there.
Well, you're gonna love it.
I've been there before because I've been to Deals Gap.
It's gonna be awesome.
I've been to Cherokee. I've been to a couple of places up in that area.
It might be a little warm there because the heat and humidity don't start going away until you get to about 4,000 feet. And I think in that part of the mountains, it gets to maybe a little over 3,000 feet. So it still might be warm there, but the evenings will be nice and cool.
The fact that it said, what is it? The fact that it's a valley made me nervous thinking that's where all the heat's going to run to.
Oh, I hope you're not in the valley. I hope you're on top of the valley, like looking down at the valley. Well, hopefully you don't get any bad weather rolls through there because it's that time of year. And we had some storms come through the mountains. It can be a little sketchy.
Last time I was in the mountains was we were at Deals Gap. We stayed at a place called Fontana Dam,
because you were driving. We've all been to the Tail of the Dragon with you, goddamn motorcyclists who can't drive more than 22 miles an hour.
And that's because that's what the speed limit's 25. But that's besides
just stay home. The speed limit's 35.
And
stay home.
The kids like to go that fast. Just on their Jap bikes.
This is a public service announcement to all motorcyclists. Please stay off of the Tail of the Dragon unless it's dark outside. It's for cars. It's not for bikes. No, if you want to ride a motorcycle in the mountains, there's plenty of
but it's got that.
It's
that. What is it?
With your
150 curves and the 13 miles or something like that.
11 miles and 318 curves. How do you see? Because you're a motorcycle guy. You don't know. I'm a car person. I know. I've done it.
How fast were you going?
I think my record in the Super, I think I hit 83 miles.
That's pretty fast considering how many people were on that road.
Well, there was nobody there that day.
Oh, okay.
We just got lucky. We were there in the middle of the week, and there was nobody out there. No cops.
Wow.
Super was fast.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Really
but we were there, and we had thunderstorms are interesting in the mountains. They're different.
Oh, they're terrifying.
It's very different. First of all, you feel like you're there in the storm.
Well, because the clouds are headed straight for you. They're not above you. It's like, what's that coming this way?
I know, it was wild. I was like, this is going to be a real quick death.
Yeah. Do you prefer that, or do you prefer almost getting killed by lightning at the fireworks show?
That's a tough call there. So again, now I have something to worry about at the trip. That's good.
They've had some very bad weather up near you. I did see some of that in the news where they had one of those downpours. So what's it called? Like a Draco or a Draco. It's where you get this like wall of rain just falls on.
Where is this thing now? Like we never had these things before. This is where the government's. Oh, this is probably where we get canceled. This is where the government toys with your
government.
You don't think they're messing with the weather? You don't think so? I think they
can. I don't think that these things have been around for a long time.
Well, why don't they ever talk
you see
about
them? You see them in the Midwest a lot, and you see them, happening around sandstorm. Do you know what a sandstorm is actually called? It's called a haboob.
That's funny.
That's
fun to
say.
You
would like that. Yeah,
the 13-year-old boy just giggled.
Yeah. But these Dracos, or how the hell do you pronounce this? I'm gonna have to look
maybe?
it up. It's I don't know. Whatever, man. I'm not a storm chaser, nor do I claim to be.
That last one,
I think that
I posted actually one on the Facebook. There it was like 1,000. Here's where I think it's the government. You see where it started? Houston.
No.
Where did it end? The Space Coast, Cape Canaveral. NASA. Yeah, that's two NASA points. That's
the Gulf of Mexico is pretty hot this time.
No, but it was ran across the land. It went through Lake Charles. It went through New Orleans. It went through.
But when all that moisture from the Gulf gets over top of land, weird things can happen, and you get these the swirling things of air. It builds up a lot of moisture really fast, and it just dumps all this wind and rain down on top of you all at once.
Well, we do have a lot of that stuff. Like this morning alone, I just saw where there was a total of at one time. In not Lake Okeechobee, wrong state, Lake Pontchartrain, there was 7 waterspouts at the same time from the same cloud.
Oh, I saw that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So
picture before.
so we get those we do get those quite a bit. So I mean, a lot of swirling
we were-
in the weather.
You need to know about something. We were just talking about remakes and how you don't like
Right.
remakes. You don't like, the Ghostbusters or Roadhouse. This isn't a remake. This is a sequel from a movie that was about 30 years ago. And I can't wait.
And I
to
think they're
see
using
it.
the original people. If I would think it's what you're talking about.
What do you think I'm
I'm
talking
talking about Helen Hunt.
That's
was one
right.
of the funniest jokes I ever heard on television.
Which is?
That tornado can pick up a cow and fly it around, but it couldn't take a tube top off of Helen Hunt. Remember, she's in a tube top.
I didn't know
That was in her
joke.
prime time. Yeah.
We're talking about the movie Twister, of course, and Twisters. The movie comes out in July. It comes out in a couple of weeks from when we are recording this.
I really, I like that movie.
Will you go see that?
Yes, because it's the same people.
You will. Because, no, it's not. Bill Paxton, dead years ago.
Oh, that's right. He is dead.
Yeah, he's not going to be in it. And I don't know how many of the original cast are going to be
But
in it.
I tell you one thing.
I'm looking at the cast here. I don't see Helen Hunt in here.
The fact that what's going to be amazing, because, if you go to, I don't know if they still have that ride or not, but in Universal Studio, they had that ride where they showed you how they made the movie Twister and all that
yes,
stuff.
also known as the lamest ride at Universal
But it was kind of neat.
Studios.
That was what got me.
Yeah.
Well, being from the South, or living in the South, you remember
Deep South.
the tornado siren that would go off when it was, is it doomsday or not? And you had
Sure.
that's there's something about that sound that just still gives me the creeps. But the way they do things now with cameras and all that, the equipment they have, it's gonna look, those tornadoes are gonna look real, like real.
Yeah. It's going to be good. But I don't see Helen Hunt in this movie. It looks like it's an all-new cast of millennials and Gen Zers that I've never
So they're gonna
heard
make it
of.
woke.
Well, we have a white woman, white guy. Appears to be a couple of Hispanics. We've got a Ramos and a Perea. We got another white girl here. What else we got? We got a black guy, another white girl. There's an Asian.
Oh, it's a trifecta.
Another black guy. There's another Asian. So yeah, it's gonna be the United Nations of Twisters. That's what they were originally going to call it. In theaters, July 19th.
And the funny thing about
And
it,
they
if you ever
shortened
really
it.
took a look at what a real storm chaser, they look exactly like you would think they do. They look like a geek that has lost his mind.
No, they look like somebody who's been living in a Volkswagen van for the last 20
That's what I
years.
mean.
Get a haircut and shave.
That's what I mean. I follow this guy, Mike's Weather Page.
What does that smell? Yeah, I love Mike's
He
weather
looks like
page.
a crazy person, but
Dude,
he's
that
freaking
guy's
awesome.
great, though.
He's
He's one
so
of my
accurate.
favorite things about
He's
Facebook.
He's
Yes.
very accurate.
I don't know how to say this, and if any of my TV weather friends are listening, I go to Mike first. I don't go to any of the TV guys anymore. I go straight to Mike's weather page because he's full of this. And he's right
Yes.
a lot. And funny story, Mark.
What?
Guess where he lives?
Let me see. He lives in Florida, right?
He lives 10 miles up the road from me.
I thought so. I thought he was a Florida person.
Yeah, he's right here. Yeah, he's right here in the Tampa
So,
Bay area.
what does the guy do for a living? Do you have any idea? Like, really?
That.
He makes
does
money
that.
off of that.
He's making millions from all of his social media. And yeah.
Wow.
Social media pays money, right?
Well, I know I've paid into social media,
Yeah, $35 buying ads for this show.
which basically
You didn't know you were
which
buying.
basically was nothing more than a logo, not telling you anything about it.
And Mike from Mike's weather page would like to thank you because I'm sure he figured out how to get some of
He
that.
got $3.50 out of our 35.
Yeah. That guy's great, man. He doesn't care. He goes on and he's just like, well, we're out here with a hurricane and I'm 5 beers in and we'll see what happens. I would love to see a TV meteorologist.
I was
be
watching
like
it with Beryl. It made me laugh. He was down there by the islands going towards Galveston because I've been down that road before. That road floods very easily, even on a
So
high
what was he
tide.
down there with, like a Miller Genuine Draft and putting his face in the wind? I don't know. I don't know why I support that, but I do.
Yeah.
Fully.
No, he's
fully
good
support
though,
it.
man. I was watching him. He's so accurate. He was calling it from the
He's
beginning.
smart as hell.
Yes, he is.
He's very
He really
smart,
knows
yes.
weather. He honestly understands
Yes.
what he's reading.
He's entertaining.
But
and informative.
I was really surprised. I just seen him pop up randomly, and I said, I like this guy, so I just hit follow, and now I get all his reports.
I ran into him at something a while back. Next time I run into him, I'm going to say, hey, would you come on our podcast? I will buy you a beer.
There you go.
And he'll probably say, yeah.
Oh, gosh, that'll put us right down. That'll move us up a couple of pegs.
Yeah.
Speaking of...
Speaking of Pinch Poke Kill Me Coke, speaking of podcast, I have to move at the beginning of August, so we're going to have to take some more time off here in the summer.
Oh, that's right. You're going to your deluxe apartment in the sky.
I'm getting out of this place in St. Pete, which is very expensive. So if you're listening to this, you're thinking, I'm going to move to Florida because Jimmy Buffett and the lifestyle, and I love it when I vacation. Just don't, because it's like $3,000 a month for an apartment here. Just stay home. Stay where you are.
I promise you, unless you work on the beach and you don't make any money, you will not hardly even see the beach.
No, I haven't been to the beach in years because traffic is terrible. The cops will give you a ticket for going 31 and a 30, and you got to pay $20 to park everywhere you go.
And I'm actually darker today than I was when I lived in Florida.
Even after the fireworks hit you?
Except for the
removed all
the
your
back
pigment.
There's still white spots.
You're like Michael Jackson in a Pepsi commercial.
Except I didn't make as much money as he did.
No, I never did.
But we're getting a little boost now from.
What does that mean?
Facebook said to me on the Facebook page, not the email that keeps coming out with spam, trying to tell me if I don't pay them Bitcoin, they're going to cancel our podcast. But
oh no, not
yes, that! Please do.
Oh, please.
No, it's they asked me to remove a couple of things, and I removed them, and now all of a sudden we're up over 130% in people viewing our Facebook page. By the way, it's Erica and Mark, the phone call.
And so these people who are viewing, though, are the ones who are checking to make sure you haven't posted a bunch of bullshit like giant cubes sucking energy from the sun. They don't like the Weekly World News or the National Enquirer.
I freaking love that, though, man. Think about it. That's what's wrong with people now. I mean,
Cove. Look at Cove. Cove is who you're talking to on Facebook.
So they're not okay. So they're not real people then. These independent fact checkers are just computers that are programmed to pull out buzzwords, right?
You don't really think there's a person paying attention to what we're doing, do you? I don't even pay attention to this, let alone anybody who works at Facebook.
That's true. I don't think you go to our Facebook except when I tell you to go look at something.
Dude, I'll be honest, and I know that it shows, but I prepare in no way.
Actually,
for
no
this
one
show.
goes to our Facebook, I don't think.
No?
Well, there's.
I'm not surprised.
They don't like our post, but then again, I can't blame them either on that, I guess.
Right.
I mean, it's all just fake news. But it's entertaining.
So stop posting the fake news.
It's entertaining.
Then. Be more real. Post about Lindsay Lohan from the 90s and how she used to be wholesome. And then she went down a dark road.
Yeah. See, what people find interesting now, I watch and
I know. I don't pay attention to pop culture.
I can't. I don't understand why a girl. You see young girls doing this. You see the girls doing this. They're going like this. Like it looks like they're like back in the old days of an old like a jivey handshake. Like, hey, yeah, what's happening, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they go into like they're putting it near their mouth, and that's a dance. And then somehow they're getting money for that.
That's what entertainment is now. And I know it's depressing to you, but that's just is what it is. Hollywood is just about done. Nobody wants to talk about it except in Hollywood. People who used to, make money writing sitcoms or writing for shows, these people are selling their houses and leaving California because writing jobs are few and far between now. I've said this before on this podcast. Tom Cruise is the last movie star. And
you
that's
could
it.
be right.
There's
honestly.
nobody
I'm
after
trying
him.
to think about,
He's the last superstar, And then it's just going to be regular people doing regular things, going viral every now and then, like the Hawk Tui girl. You've seen her.
Yeah. It's like
I figured you did.
Well, first of all, I started seeing these posts about like Haktua, whatever, 2024. It's like, what is a Haktua?
This is like talking to my grandfather. This is fun for me. I miss my grandfather. He's been dead since 1987, and you make me miss
I'm back, Erica, and I'm here here to entertain you.
Well, Grandpa, let me tell you about the Haktua girl. She's what they call a good egg.
Good egg.
And she is now trying to parlay her fame into some kind of money. I guess she's moving to California now.
Wow.
And I saw another thing where the guys who took the video, they have this little web show or something. I don't know. I didn't pay attention. And that's what they're pissed off about, is that nobody's paying attention to them. It was their show. They've got no publicity over this whole thing because they're like, hey, we're the ones that recorded it, put it out, and nobody cares about us. No, they don't. They want to look at the pretty girl who's talking about doing the thing with her that the people like.
It's just one of those, isn't that one of those bar interviews where the guys go out there in the camera and it gets grab drunk girls and ask them dumb questions, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where that came from. I saw, the only thing I've seen some really interesting, I guess, taking videos or songs and using her voice.
Yes.
And the best one I heard is song number 2.
Yeah,
by Blur. That was good.
Hawk 2. Those are all very good. Well, this has been the segment of Erica Explains New Things to Mark here on the Erica and Mark, the podcast.
Right. Well, I got to go because I got to get ready. I'm going to go see, guess who I'm going to go see today?
Benny Goodman.
At the Fillmore in
Bob
New
Hope.
Orleans. No.
Bob Hope.
These are all dead people.
George Burns.
No, these are people. I'm going back into the 80s.
Oh, okay. The 80s. You're going to see
Britain.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
80s.
Britain. Anne Murray. No, she's Canadian. Let's see. English.
A one-hit wonder.
Who's not dead.
A one-hit wonder that was talking about science.
Oh, Thomas Dolby.
And guess who he's playing with?
He's not a one-hit
Oh, no,
wonder.
he's got about 4 or
songs.
5 songs. It's actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
But guess who he's playing with? I can't think of his name. First name is Thomas, but I can't remember what his last name is. But he's the lead singer from the Thompson Twins.
Oh, so he's the guy with the big hair or the smaller hair?
Yeah, the one with the well, now he's got hardly any hair, like all of us, but except for you.
So my little internet radio station plays "Airwaves" by Thomas Dolby.
That's a good song.
You know that song? That's a good song. What about "One of Our Submarines"?
Yes.
You know that one? That's a good one. And She Blinded Me with Science, of course. And that's it. There are 3.
So
there are 3
yeah,
songs.
I think he only plays for. He's got a 45-minute set according to set list, so it's not a lot.
Well, maybe he'll play those 3
For
songs
sure,
for
yeah.
about 12, 13 minutes
I'm
apiece.
looking forward to
Be
that. And the
perfect.
Thompson Twins. I like the Thompson Twins. We used to play that stuff when the Canadians would come down in spring break in Fort Lauderdale. They were fun.
Okay, kids, what spring break was is during the time after the winter was over, everybody would come down to Fort Lauderdale and get drunk on the beach, and Mark would spin records at the club for cocaine.
Yes. Well, not 4. Well, actually, it would end up becoming 4 because that's where my salary went to.
Right. And if this sounds like a good job to you, yes, it probably was. Probably was very destructive.
It wasn't until you realize that you made a huge mistake and that fork of the road should have went to the left.
Yeah, but instead the straw went right up the north. Hey, man, you live to tell about it. And it's all that matters.
So I got to go.
I'm going to go
iron
and
my Union Jack shirt.
Are you going to moose your hair up real high?
Spike
like the
it up
Thompson
a little
Twins
bit.
did?
Yeah.
Please post a picture of
Put
that
my
on Facebook.
Put my earring back in.
Yeah, we'll see if all that gets flagged.
As Fashion Sense Police said, you're too old.
Yeah. Time travel does not exist. Flagged.
Brilliant.
That's it for you. Have a good time at the show,
Talk
Mark.
to you next week.
Yeah, have fun.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.